Hey, what's up guys? It's Fading Away 90 here, and today we're going to look at hash functions. So first we're going to start with what is a hash function. So a hash function is a way of changing data from plain text, or in other words, just what you would type into a browser, into what's called ciphertext, which is text that's been encrypted so that it's not readable. So how does hashing work? Well, without going into the maths of it, it effectively takes text that you type in and puts it into what's called a digest. So we'll see this in action now. So I'm just going to type in hello, just because this one works well, and it gives you the digest. So I typed hello. The implementation in PHP is MD5 open brackets variable name close brackets, and this is the first hashing algorithm, the MD5 algorithm, which creates a 32 character digest, and that does not include the space that it's apparently putting at the end. And what this is the text that you've sent over plus padding text, and it can also include digital signatures to authenticate where the data is coming from. Now the reason MD5 is no longer used, and the reason is that it can be easily decrypted. So if I go here, I've already tested this so it does work, but just to prove it. Okay, decrypt. There we go. And it's found it. So my hash equaled this, and it found hello. So if we go back here, I typed in hello. So how's it done it? Well, basically, what happened is MD5 has been around since the late 80s, I think, but a long time. Late 80s, early 90s. And so what's happened over time is that people have done what's called a brute force attack, which means repeatedly trying different combinations until you get a correct one. And they've done this for different words and created what's called a rainbow table. Now what this is doing when I typed in that hash is it looked this up in the rainbow table and found out that it corresponded to hello, which means it's no longer secure. So we move on to the next variable. Now this is called a SHA-1 variable. SHA-1 algorithm. Sorry. And SHA stands for Secure Hashing Algorithm, and this is the second implementation of this algorithm. The first was SHA-0, which had a lot of problems. So to implement this, it's the same way as MD5. You have SHA-1, open brackets, variable, which would contain the data you want to hash, and then close brackets. And what this gives you is a 40 character digest, and is completely different from this. So you see this starts at 8B1, this starts at F7F. And from just glancing at this, no two are the same. So this one for a while was secure and is what was used. However, theoretically this one can also be cracked in the same way. So we moved on to SHA-2 implementations of the algorithm. Now SHA-2 is a little more difficult because it has multiple algorithms in the category. So let's start by the implementation of SHA-256. SHA-256 is implemented by typing hash, open brackets, then in commas, quotation marks, so that it reads it as text, SHA-256. Close quotation marks, comma, and then the name of your variable, and then close brackets. So what is actually happening here is it's giving you a 64-bit digest. This one is considered secure, and is used on a lot of websites. So there's not much need to talk about this one anymore, so we'll move on to the next one, which is SHA-512, still part of the SHA-2, but this, in the same way, creates a 128-bit hash, and is implemented in the same way, except for where you would have typed SHA-256, you type SHA-512. So these digests, as they're called, would contain the original text, padding data, and digital signatures. And what this means is that not only would they not be able to be read, they would also, you could also technically find where they've come from. So you would be able to see it, see that it came from a specific user, and know that that user is trusted, and therefore allow access. So these are used to store passwords and other stuff. SHA-1 implementations are still used to generate session IDs and stuff that doesn't need to be decrypted or encrypted in any way. So just random number values, because it makes it easy. So what tends to happen is that people will use this one, because the downside about these is the more characters that the algorithm has to generate, the more computer power is needed to generate them. So obviously this is quite quick because it's on my local machine and it's coming through a XAMPP server. But it wouldn't necessarily work in that way if I was sending this away to another server that was having to encrypt it and then store it into a database. So let's look at a database that this works in. So we'll look at my dissertation database, as it's not a big deal. So if I just take this end part out and I find the user table in here, so the password is stored like this. So if I was to take this and find the login for my site, okay, so I'm just going to log out of this, and so at the moment it's got my normal username and password in, but if I was to take that out and put the SHA value in, so that didn't log me in, because effectively what that's done is taken the hash function and then rehashed that and queried that against the database, meaning that it wouldn't work. So that is how hash functions keep your data safe. So now, just to prove that this does work, I'm going to click it with the old password in, and it logs me straight in. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and that's it.